Alright, y'all, welcome back. I actually screwed up, sadly, and I had, this is post-commentary, because I had recorded the video and the audio for this, and what happens is when I record the video exports and does all its stuff automatically. And when I record audio, I have to manually export it. And when I'm recording multiple videos back to back, I export and then I delete it, like out of my Audacity right after, just so I can have a fresh recording, right? And what ended up happening was when I recorded this, I must have just forgot to export the audio. So I recorded the video, and then instead of putting out the audio with it, I just deleted it so I don't have it, and there was no way for me to get it back. I didn't realize this until like the next day or whatever, and I was trying to see if I could recover projects or something, because sometimes that's possible, but considering I had manually deleted it out of Audacity and also like restarted my computer, it was gone. There's no way. Because had I hibernated the computer after I did that, and then rebooted or whatever, it still potentially would have been there because the whole thing hadn't been restarted, right? But I didn't. And so I just lost a whole video's worth of commentary, but that's okay. This is nothing unfamiliar. This has happened before. It hasn't happened for a long time. It's a mistake I have made for a while. I think it's only been like 4 or 5 times where I either accidentally deleted something like this or it didn't save. Sometimes it gets corrupted. I've had that before, but yeah, so this is a rarity. Caught me off guard, and I didn't realize it until a few days later when I started editing the videos coming up to this, and I went, wait a minute, I don't see a part 7 audio file in my folder. What the fuck? And sure enough, it was gone. Confirmed. Yeah, so I've been waiting to do this. It actually works out because I was gonna record. Oh, I gotta read these. It's the merchant bot. No, mercenary bot. It's your service. You want health ammo? Yeah. And so you sell the diamond geezer. I think I gave this like a robot voice. So what can I do you for? Haha. And I haven't found another one of these. Spoilers. That answer. I haven't seen another one of these since this one. Spoilers, like I just said. So I don't know if there are more. There probably are. Might be hidden. This room was pretty cool. I like the puzzle. It's pretty simplistic, but it was fun. And we spent a good, I can't remember how long we spent in here, but just fucking around. I don't like how you have to sit on the platform for an extended period. It's kind of hard to see the camera angle. So here we are testing it, going, okay. So it goes back and forth. And we commented about how certain platforms that can overlap, there's one above and one below, so they can actually go under and below each other, which is very nice. Good game design on their part. Right here we're trying to figure out how to get over to the tribals. And I think at this point I'm wondering if I could even do it. I was like, no, actually I can. So I can just do this. We just leave that there, right? Come on, Adam. Okay, that one's fine. Right? So we're good? Do it. Do it, Adam. Do it past Adam. Even though I know it's gonna happen. For the most part. I recorded this like a week ago. Sometime like end of October. Oh man, tribals. There are a lot in this level. I think 16 is the max they've been putting in the levels. I can't remember. But I remember seeing 16 a lot. So. We're almost done here. Just gotta do this reshuffling of platforms, and it's always weird doing the post-commentary. Because it kind of defeats the purpose of the blind playthrough, you know? But I can't just throw away the whole footage. So I feel like people are going to want to see it. And I am silently doing this audio right now and going, alright, no fuck-ups. Try and one-shot this bitch, because I don't want to have to go back in and edit, because editing live commentary is easy because it's always synced up, but then editing post-commentary is kind of a bitch. Just because I have to... Well, actually, it's not too much of a bitch. I have to listen to it again, which is usually something I'm not trying to do. I'm pretty lazy in that regard, where if I can do it once, I'll do it once. I don't have to do it a second time. But this room had a lot going on, and this jump puzzle is actually a little tricky. There are a couple different spots, and I'm still not sure, because I haven't been back here. So I don't know where the various doors lead to, because there's the one up there, and then there's the one on this side, and then there's the one on the ground. The one on the ground seems like the one to go through. Actually, I think it is. I think it's the one we end up going through. But the other ones here, and there's the fucking pad. I don't know what the pad's for. I'm sure someone's gonna tell me, or I don't think I noticed that tribal, because I turned around. Yeah, so I gotta find out what the flight pads, not flight pad, but like the fuel pad, or whatever, is for. So I thought it was for like lupus or something, but it doesn't seem to be. Or maybe there's you know what? Because I don't have the little flying drone bot yet, so I'm wondering, oh, Floyd. So I'm wondering if the Floyd pads don't open until you get him. Or something, so maybe I have to go back through the levels, I don't know. But I didn't want to do this jump puzzle at first. And then I end up trying it, and it's pretty tricky. Because this is one of those games where they have you do some platforming, but the game doesn't feel like the movement of the character is designed for the platforming they introduce. If that makes sense. You know, when you have these weird wide turns and the inertia, extra couple steps, or whatever it is, when you're walking at stuff, it's just tough to efficiently platform. Oh man, my chair's so loud. Yeah, so since this is dated, right? This is November 4th. It's gonna be kind of weird because after this you're gonna hear stuff that I'm talking about that hasn't technically happened in that timeline yet. So we're talking about stuff here, but I've started a couple of the anniversary things I need to get through this week before I can really put foot to ass on them, because I have a midterm this week, and I got super lucky because I think I was talking about in the previous video, so I got a D+ on that midterm. I was very surprised I made that jump. I was like, oh shit, it's really fast. And see, you're kind of like falling around because of the controls, and makes things difficult. We have to time this shit. I think I could have jumped up on that archway and got that tribal, I just noticed. It's so weird, because when... This just goes to show you, right? Because when you're playing stuff, it's harder to keep track of everything that's happening, but I'm sitting here watching without any investment in having to make these jumps, and I'm seeing this stuff and going, oh wow, I missed that. It's so blatant that I missed that. How did I not see it in real time? So it makes sense when I get the super backseaty comments. Right, does he make it with the next one? I don't know how I missed that. You could even see the platform like push me in a direction. So it's like, why didn't it grab on kind of thing. And right now I have a stream on right now, and they're gonna play that Call of Cthulhu game, which I was hoping they would, and it crashed or something, so I don't know if they're gonna continue playing it. But yeah, it's just, I feel so bad because I didn't want to buy that game, but I wanted to watch it, and the people I have watched play it haven't finished it. They go, oh, this kind of sucks, and they stop playing it. And so maybe I had to just go find, I think Ko finished it. He might have. So maybe I have to go watch him. And alright, I'm giving up on the no editing thing, so because I've already made a few mistakes in the audio, so I know I'm gonna have to go back and edit, so I'll just do that after. But yeah, I mean, it looks fun. I like the Cthulhu mythos, and I think I give up at this point finally. And I was hoping that game would be good, but just it's looking pretty floppish at this point. Oh god, the drones, they're so tough. I really like Vela's levels. I think just all of them were enjoyable and just, like I said, fun. I thought they were well made. And that's going to be more evident in the commentary going forward, so I don't really want to spoil. But basically, well, no, I guess I'll slightly spoil. You'll hear my full thoughts when I get there, but Juno's level was cool. I like the swamp and stuff like that. So I thought that was really fun, especially like the later parts of it. I thought the boss sucked. And maybe that's because it killed me. I don't think it is. But it's just, sorry about that. So yeah, I think I just have a issue with the boss there. Like I didn't like Juno's boss. It was like really, it took me a minute to figure out, but it was not nearly as complex as I thought it was. So I was going, oh shit, do I have to do this and that kind of thing? And it turns out it's like, no, your DPS window is just really short. And it's literally, I think, 2 attacks. And that's the whole fight. You just do it. Just dodge the two attacks. It comes like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And after you do that, it's easy. Like when I eventually beat it, I think I just like steamroll it. So, but otherwise, Vela's level is pretty cool. And Lupus, I will elaborate on Lupus when we get to Lupus. So, otherwise, yeah, Vela, cool levels. And we will, oh god, okay, so we gotta talk about a couple things. I'm gonna try and be really quick, and I'm never quick when I say I'm gonna be quick. We have Diablo Immortal, right? That looks like a fucking train wreck, and I'm really irritated reading the... I'm not irritated at the comments against the game, because people are making some great points, and they're really calling Blizzard out on their shit. And Blizzard's trying to do PR and damage control and all that, and they're rightfully getting hammered. And if you don't know, right now on November 4th, it's only been 2 days later, the reveal trailer for Diablo Immortal, which is a Diablo game that they put on mobile only. And they outsourced it to a Chinese mobile game company. So, and people are trying to say, no, they said that they're working with them, and it's like, they're not. They're really not. That's just PR shit, and some people are buying it. We're like, well, they tell us they're doing that, so it must be true. And it's like, yeah, and Bungie said that they weren't throttling XP until someone was able to prove it. You know? And then they're like, oh, we made a mistake, and we didn't know that that's how the thing worked. Sorry. You know, so we can't really trust the word of game devs who are trying to cover their asses, especially in that kind of thing. And Diablo Immortal is just looking rough at this point. Like I said, there are really good points against the game, and the YouTube trailers that they put up have like almost, I don't want to say 1,000, but over 100 to 1 on likes to dislikes. So it'll be like 350,000 dislikes to 10,000 likes. So what would that be? Can't do math right now. I think it's like, yeah, I think it's 350 to 1 at that point, or something like that. Maybe I'm off by 0, but that's crazy, right? I think it's 35 to 1. Oh god, I gotta get off that. I can't keep thinking about the math. I always get caught up with that. And the response from Blizzard so far is they have been deleting comments of people talking about the game. You know, not even just the people shit talking. It's some people like, wow, Blizzard, I really love Diablo as a franchise, and you just broke my heart with this. I can't support you. And they're deleting comments like that. You know, they're not holding their loss about this shit. And people are posting on Reddit. They got screenshots. Apparently Blizzard somehow deleted dislikes because someone had a before and after where it went from 300,000 dislikes to 200,000. And we have a boss here. And I was lamenting this platform because I didn't like the idea of being able to fall off the platform into the insta-death lava. But how they do bosses in this game is, I didn't realize this till I do like the second boss, is well, to be clear, I've downed 3 bosses so far. Not so I haven't beaten the game or anything. I'm on like part 15 in my recordings. But this boss was cool. It was probably my favorite boss that they had, because she looked really cool. I'm assuming it's a she. It's a big like Queen Ant looking thing. Oh, I spoiled. Shit, my bad, y'all. Yeah, you'll see. She's cool. And so how they handle bosses is they put you on a linear left-right movement platform, and you don't have to aim. You know, you're always like locked into aim mode, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Blizzard's been deleting comments, which was dumb, and that just throws gasoline on the fire, so everyone's just even more heated about it. And I don't like the apologetics that people are putting out to defend the game. Like, they're not even defending the game on its merits. They're like, and this is like gaming journalists and shit too, which really fired me up when I started reading that, because they're saying like, there's a meme picture, I don't even want to say it's a meme, but there's a picture going around where someone, I forget the guy's name, but he says like people who hate Diablo Immortal are showing their like toxic masculinity or something. Well, like, what the fuck does that even happen? What? It's just, it's dumb. Like that is so incorrect. It is not even worth debating. It just, when I read that comment, I said to myself, like, you are the dumbest, one of the dumbest motherfuckers in this discussion right now. Just bar none. The fact that you say something like that about this, you are just stupid. And there's no legitimate arguing with it, which is really sad. Okay, I forgot how loud that was. This boss, this is before I understood how bosses work. So bosses have hit spots, like weaknesses, and they only have certain DPS uptimes, which is why the homing missiles are good, because you can kind of scan to see when you're allowed to hit it. So once we know, because you see it's not locking on the whole time, and then it locks on. So we know we can shoot it then. I think it's when it's glowing. But I do wish that when you did, that's my one boss complaint, I do wish that when you effectively did damage to a part of the boss, I wish it would show it. I wish it would like flash or whatever. It's my one complaint about the bosses. But yeah, so people are being really disingenuous about that, and they're also, I didn't think that the body blew up that quickly. That's crazy. Yeah, so the other people defending it are like, we just gotta give it a chance. And they're between, you have to give it a chance, and this game wasn't marketed for you. It's for Chinese mobile gamer audiences and shit. Okay, so they revealed a game that's not marketed to the players at an event for 1,000 different reasons why that's wrong. And they did it. And then they gave the players the finger, and now everyone on there is, I didn't realize I whooped her ass that bad. But everyone online is now shaming the consumer, and they forget that companies are not entitled to your fucking money. They have to earn your damn money. And if they aren't trying to appeal to a certain audience that used to be their audience, that's the biggest part about it, is that there's a group of people who built this franchise over like 20 years or whatever it is, and they just collectively gave them the finger on November 2nd. And they're rightfully upset, and there are people being disingenuous about defending it. They're gaslighting people, and gaslighting is a term where you gaslighting means that you make the opponent in the discussion seem crazy for not agreeing with your point or whatever. And this is the reason this is stupid is because you don't debate the issue. It's just like this thing where, you know, someone will argue against it, and they go, oh, I don't like the idea that Diablo's on a mobile game because, you know, they couldn't make a PC port. You know, their audience has been on PC for the last however many years. They're clearly not approaching these players like, oh, you don't see why that's okay and that's wrong? Wow, you just don't get it. Like, that kind of stuff, you know? Hey, Lupus. Why am I reading this? Mizar knows we're gunning for him. So things got pretty heated back there. Is this video almost over? I think it is. It's got like 4 minutes. The spawn ship. Look at that security. There's no way we'll both make it on board. And here begins Lupus' story. What the? And Lupus does the fucking... That's some good fire graphics. Go! Head for one of those cargo ships. I'll cover you. Machine gun. Like, he fucking Blues Clues this shit. Jumps on. Let me go send my dog on a ship. Yeah, it's frustrating. There are a bunch of videos already, discussions that explain it way better than I could in this short time frame. So I know y'all want to hear about D&D, obviously. So last night, my players actually killed a dragon. So that was cool. Like I said, we're playing Vandelver, and there's a young green dragon that inhabits one of the towns. My players, they didn't want to deal with it at first, so they left and they got a level. So they went from like 3 to 4, and then they came back. And they made good use of the story NPC there for like one of the side quests that I gave them, so that's pretty cool. And the dragon, they were going to try and... It was weird, they had like this disagreement where they didn't want to fight it, and then someone else was like, no, you said you wanted to fight it, so we're going to fight it. And they're like, we never said we wanted to fight it. He's like, well, we're fighting it. And so they... I don't know, it was like one of those things where it's like, that didn't happen the way you're saying it. It's like, well, we're doing it. Okay. And I was worried because the dragon is very lethal, obviously. And they tried to sneak up on it, but the person sneaking didn't roll high enough, so the dragon like knew they were there, and he kind of like taunted him because I was playing him like a arrogant asshole kind of thing. So one of the fighters, because the party has 2 fighters, just walked in and said, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," basically. And the dragon took a couple swings at him, only hit once, and then we started combat. And all of the players rolled higher than the dragon on initiative, so that was already bad for the dragon. And the first turn the dragon got, they had already flanked it with, you know, a couple of the players, and they had their spellcasters in another room, because the dragon's in a ruined tower that's attached to a cottage. And so the players were hiding in the cottage, the spellcasters were in the cottage, and the rogue was bow and arrow status. And the... crack my knuckles here. And the fighters were flanking the dragon. And so we're playing with the flank rules of you get advantage on your attacks if you're flanking. And the first turn, the dragon, I think, took a crit from one of the fighters and took like 20 damage out the gate, which was pretty good. And everyone just started burning big-ass abilities because their group has really good single-target DPS. Oh yeah, I switched to Juno, so we get to see his level here. Yeah, and so the dragon used its breath attack, KO'd one person, you know, injured the other 2 pretty hard. And the next turn, they all burned big attacks and cooldowns and shit, and the dragon was supposed to run at half health. It fucking died. Because they burnt, like, their action surges, multi-attacks, and all that, and just fucking clobbered it, so... I'll talk more about it in the next one I record, which is like 15, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you later, because we're out of time.